Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of our Smoky Mountain Rasslin podcast. This is Smoky Mountain Wrestling, episode 196 from October the 28th of 1995. And this is Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. Well, I told you to get your parachute last week as I'm sitting here with Doc and Harper, and I'm going to tell you to make sure you keep your parachute on for this week. Doc, how are you?
This is depressing me. I told you that last week. I'm still depressed. Let me just preface this episode by saying this will not be in the top 5 episodes of the Smoky Mountain Run.
Any other wise thoughts of wisdom regarding this, Doc?
Well, we're going to try to make it more entertaining than the show was itself. So, Harper, I guess, start thinking about funny shit to say, and I'll cue it up for you.
All right. Let's, Harper, you got any wise thoughts before we keep going?
No. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off and fucking get it over with.
I agree. So again, it's episode 196, October 28th, 1995. Shout out to Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childry, Joe Ice. This is taping number 3 from Kaywood High School in Harlan, Kentucky. Again, drawing about 200 people. Les and Chip open up the show. Kessler, he gives a brief run through of what we'll see today, and then we go immediately to the ring, where we will see the Wolfman and Comet Chris Michaels versus the Heavenly Bodies with Jim Cornette. If you tuned in and you were wondering what happened what ended up happening last week with Brad and Terry Gordy in the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Heavyweight title match, well, they don't open the show with it. They don't even really tease it too much. They went straight to this match first. Chip reminds us that the double chain match with the Heavenly Bodies and the Thugs is happening tonight. So plenty of seats are still available from what I understood. So buy them now. And as far as this match goes, the Heavenly Bodies win when Pritchard uses his loaded boot with Mark Curtis's back turned and Del Rey pins Michaels. Doc, did you have anything from the opening match?
No.
Harper?
There you go. There.
Wolfman.
Fucking Wolfman. Look at this fucking shit. And the thing is, he's a jobber.
Yeah, give me 315.
That was 315, Doc.
Okay, do it again. It's kind of a mess.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain something to you, too, as we're watching this. For the Patreon members who can see it, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. When he goes to body slam Wolfman right here, Wolfman had no clue what was coming. Even though he should know that move.
Yeah. He had zero positioning.
He looked like he was trying to tiptoe through a room that had just been mopped.
And look, I'm going to be fair here. That's Dr. Tom. When a guy goes for that area of your body to scoop you,
lighten up.
Well, no. You know it's coming, so
yeah.
Like he didn't even move. Like see his right arm. His right arm should have gone to Dr. Tom's left thigh, inner thigh, to post himself. And then he just lays.
So Del Rey kicked him.
I'm not trying to make fun of him. Like you said, he's look at that drop kick. Del Rey just kicked the shit out of him.
It's funny that Del Rey's gone from jobber to punishing jobbers.
Jesus. Okay. Look, we're having fun. We got to do something here because this is just
brutal.
Anyway, so any other thoughts on this match?
No.
All right. So after that match, they go to a replay of Mosh versus Robert Gibson when Gibson won the match thanks to the Thugs and the Faces one up in the heels on last week's episode. So yeah, that happened. No replay. I don't have anything from it. We then go to Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies. All Cornette does in this promo is he talks about the double chain match again, and then he mentions someone named Sergeant Rock again as a tease. So no Sergeant Rock this week, but a tease. Doc, did you have anything from that promo?
If you go to the 7-minute mark, Dr. Tom just looks like a colossal prick just standing there.
Look at him. Fluffing the hair. Corny did call the people food stamp recipients, so we have a shoot. And at the end, did Corny kiss Del Rey on the cheek?
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't have the note, but
Harper, do you ever kiss your stable on the cheek?
I've kissed Matt before, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you didn't need a tuberculosis shot after you kissed Matt.
That's
Corny.
No.
Corny needed a rabies shot after he kissed Del Rey.
Why did you kiss him?
Why not? He's cute.
Okay. That's works for me. I just,
Harper has no problem getting pegged, right, Harper?
Pegged? Wait, what?
Whoa. Come on.
When you do it, do you use a corn on a cob or do you use a bat? Which one do you go with?
Come on, Doc.
What kind of strap-on does she have? The corn on the cob or the bat? Which one?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to talk about something, bro. I mean, we're sitting here with our parachutes on, trying not to die.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he kissed him. Okay. Any other thoughts, Doc?
No.
All right. Well, after that, of course, we get another replay in this episode of Gordy beating down Michaels after he pinned him, and the Wolfman trying to make the save and getting his hydrated back lashed. Remember, Brad comes out and saves them, and then Brad challenges Gordy to a match for the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Heavyweight title, where there was only 2 to 3 minutes of TV time remaining when we went to the match. So then we officially go to the Brad and Gordy match. Now, we actually see the first few minutes of the match again, but remember, the cameras kept rolling. So they pretty much replayed everything, but we get to see how it ends. It only went another minute or so when Brad wins with the Russian leg sweep when Gordy missed a move in the corner. So Brad, clean pin right there. And then Brad even hits Corny afterwards. Doc, what did you have from Armstrong versus Gordy here?
Not a lot. Brad hit a lot of moves and then got his pin. Brad is working hard in this match, too.
Yeah.
He
just looks so fucking sluggish. You see when he goes down with that strike?
Harper, in the last couple of weeks, he's been on interviews just standing there staring off into space. It's been bad, and it's sad. We're not saying that to make fun of him. And then we've really put over Brad's run here because he's been really good.
Watch what Harper's talking about. Watch right here. Watch Gordy drop down. He just looks... It just kind of looked like it didn't have something on it. And then...
It didn't have anything on it.
So Brad kicks out. And then watch when Gordy right here shoots Brad off into the corner. Watch when Gordy goes in, how he doesn't really lay it in.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just... I don't know if he's just because, Bobby talked about how Gordy was really giving during this time. And when Bobby got to work with him. And I don't know if he's just trying to be super light with Brad or if it's his, medical issues he's dealt with.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he doesn't, don't get me wrong. It's still Terry Gordy, but he definitely looks different than you remember. And we understand. I mean, they had the medical problem. So, I mean, look, it is what it is. All right. I don't have anything else from it. Doc, did you have anything from it? I mean, Harper, I'm sorry.
No.
All right. So then Chip Kessler, let me get to it on the video here. Kessler throws us to the Headbangers, Thrasher, and Terry Gordy versus Brad Armstrong and the Wolfman from Knoxville in the Trick or Treat match from Knoxville in the first night of the Halloween Scream Tour. So this was that tag match that they had been building up for the Halloween Scream Tour. And it's from Knoxville, and I didn't look up the actual attendance for this, but I'd imagine it wasn't too high.
Well,
anyway,
they get all those shows in, right, for the Halloween tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get everything in through Thanksgiving Thunder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Thunder still happens and whatnot, but that's it at that point. So, okay. Doc, I'll throw to you. Do you have anything from this?
Would this be the biggest match of Wolfman's career? Wouldn't it have to be?
Yeah. Well, look at him just standing there waiting for that tag.
Oh, it's a hot tag.
Look at him just like...
To the hot bag of garbage.
He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Wait, I'm supposed to duck the clothesline or give a clothesline? Fuck, I forgot.
You know why Harper's saying that? Because he's been there before. And I got to be honest, so have I. like you're standing there like, fuck, what did we agree with in the back? Yeah. Was it duck, the clothesline, or which one's coming first?
That's normal, though, because like when I played music, it was like the drummer counts off the first song, and you're like, what did we say we're starting with again?
Look at that drop kick. God damn, Brad throws a fucking nice drop kick.
Or
look 15, at that.
40 probably. That was a nice one. He got way up. He threw it well. I bet Wolfie is standing there like it's dark. He's been there still. He's been standing there still for a while, and he's like,
I gotta do something.
Where am
I? I just realized it. Harper, he's doing exactly what you said. When he's on the outside right here, he's thinking, okay, what was the spot again? Was it the drop kick, or is Brad going to hit him with a Russian leg? He's thinking about it, and then when he sees it, he's like, oh, yeah, that's the move. Because watch when Brad hits Gordy with the drop kick, and then Wolfie's like, oh, yeah, that's it. This is great. Yeah. All right, here it comes. God, I love this drop kick. Come on, Brad, do it again. This shit is so beautiful.
He's in there working
yeah.
He's carrying everything.
Wolfman's like, oh, yeah, this is it. Watch him, Harper. Oh, yeah, here it comes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my chance.
All right, so it breaks down. We got 4 guys in the ring. Brad ends up hitting Gordy with the Russian leg sweep. When he does, he's got Gordy pinned, but Mark Curtis is tied up with Wolfman and Thrasher. And then Mosh comes out, drops a big elbow onto Brad's head. When Curtis finally turns around, he sees Gordy, who is pinning Brad, and Gordy, they win, or I say they win. They win the tag match, but if you remember, the pre-match stipulation said that even though it was a tag match, Gordy pinned the Smoky Mountain Wrestling champion, so Gordy is now the Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight title holder. So we've seen a title change here in a tag match, which we talked about. We didn't like that stipulation, Doc. We talked about that ad nauseum last week. But Harper, what are your thoughts on this? How it all went down?
It's just, God, poor Brad.
You left Harper speechless.
Poor Brad. That's all I could think. Poor fucking Brad.
Good job, Wolfie. You couldn't save your man from not
the fucking Wolfman
winning his title, keeping his title.
I mean, what did he do after this? Did he go to WCW or WWE or
Wolfman?
Did he go? Yeah, did he go on with fucking New Japan?
What is he?
I don't know I don't know anything more about Wolfman than this promotion. So if somebody out there and look,
being sarcastic.
No. What I was going to say was, I'm sure somebody's going to tell us, because we got a lot of, folks who listen from the Smoky Mountain area that, post a lot in the Facebook group and on Twitter. And I'm sure some of them would be like, no, he worked this independent or that independent. I'm sure he did. I'm not asking that. I wonder, though, if he showed up somewhere else and we just didn't realize it was him because he didn't have the beard or he didn't have the hair.
That's true, huh? He could have done some job stuff.
Like, he could have, if he just had regular trunks on and his head was cut normal and he didn't have a beard, you would not recognize that dude. That's how different he looks. So that's why I say I don't know. I don't know if it's, if he did something else somewhere and we're just not aware of it. Corny will be able to tell us, though. I can tell you that much. All right. So I don't have any more thoughts other than Brad lost the title. And did you notice, Doc, in this next match that Larry Santo versus Brad comes out without the belt? Now, remember, this right here that we're watching was actually filmed on October 9th, but the match we just watched from Knoxville was October 20th. So that's some good continuity from Corny right there, who he knew Brad was going to drop the belt. So he had him in this match, in his format, tell Brad, don't come out with the belt. Leave the belt in the back. So I thought that was we don't, you don't think about it like that, but you got to be creative when it comes to the tapings when you're taping certain things in advance of them airing. So I thought that was actually good that, they did that, where Brad doesn't come out with the belt here after we just saw him lose it to Gordy in a tag match, even though we didn't agree with him losing it in a tag match. Doc, did you have any thoughts from this match as Brad beat Santo pretty easy?
Pretty quick, too, but I like that. I like the attention to detail that we're not going to give stuff away. We're going to treat it real. We're going to airtight, brother.
Yeah. Hopper, anything for you?
No.
So we then go to a replay of Tommy Rich once again losing a second time to Flash Flanagan by count out because Rich was distracted running around the ring and whatnot. And then Kessler then throws it to let me get to it there. Kessler throws it to Knoxville from the Halloween Scream Tour again, where we have Buddy versus Tommy Rich in a Tennessee chain match. Kessler, does tell us that Landel is busted open, but you really can't see it because it's the far camera shot and his footage is kind of grainy. I mean, it's old.
Yeah, it's a hard cam shot. It's a
hard cam shot, and it's taped from a off-air antenna, and I mean, the footage it's grainy. Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to say it. So who knows? Maybe one day, if and when the WWE decides to load these on a network, we'll get some clearer footage. But for now, you're getting just this, and you really can't see that these guys are busted open, whatnot. So, Doc, did you have anything for this match before I run down to the finish? No. There he is. Okay, Harper, what about you?
No.
So here's what happens. Budrow touches 3 turnbuckles and then the 4th, but Cornette had Curtis distracted. So Mark Curtis doesn't see when Buddy hits the 4th corner. Meanwhile, the Punisher knocks out Budrow while the ref's back is still turned. Tommy Rich then hits corner 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Tommy Rich wins, but afterwards, Buddy is putting it on Tommy Rich, slugging him in the head and the face, and I'm sure he's good and busted open really well. Eventually, the Punisher does come in and helps out Tommy Rich. We then have Cornette, Punisher, and Rich, who are now triple teaming Buddy and choking him with the chain. We really don't see how this ends, but we head back to the gym for a promo from Buddy. So Buddy lost and got the boots put to him at the end. That's the important thing to know from there. I don't have anything else from it. And Doc, if you don't, I will go to the promo.
I got a couple of things here. The Punisher's out, right? Ugh. And then my note here is, and this is, when promotions are struggling, certain things tend to emerge. And now here's the second big match from this card I'm seeing. I just really like to see somebody win with a clean finish.
So you're saying here, Tommy, what would have made sense? I agree. So Tommy Rich, Buddy won up Tommy Rich 2 times in a row with Flash Flanagan. Agreed, Harper?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying you wish you thought even though Rich is a heel, he should have won without the interference of the Punisher?
No. What I think I would have done instead would have been to have this match go exactly like it did, but have the Wolfman just be a complete shit show, no help. Maybe even he ought to just have gotten scared and just sat down and sucked his thumb.
So we're back to the Wolfman.
Yeah, and Brad just heroically beat 2 men with a clean finish and kept the title. And then you could have done this match the way they did it. That's how I would have done it. I would have put the strap on Gordy, and I'm sorry, I hate to say that because I love Terry Gordy, but he's just not ready mentally for this right now. Physically.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Here's this. Is this the low point of Smoky Mountain?
Do you want me to play it first and then we can talk about it? Will that make sense?
Play it.
Okay.
Is this the worst thing in Smoky Mountain?
No, it's not. It's definitely not the worst. I mean, we've been talking about the Wolfman for the last 2 weeks. I mean, come on. There's been some other bad stuff. And the thing is, like I always hear people talk about, well, Tim Horner was bad. Yeah, but that shit was so bad, it was funny.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare the Horner.
Kind of like that, too. You just got to laugh at him.
Well, once you get past the anger, you laugh at him. Is that fair, Hopper?
Yes.
Okay. So like I said, Buddy ends up getting the boots put to him. So then we head back to the gym where we're at in Harlan. And we go to Buddy Landel in a promo. So here we go. It's Kessler's Corner. And Doc, I feel like you got a lot to say, but let's watch the promo first and hear it.
Wrestler's Corner. We've just seen the trials and tribulations of Nature Boy Buddy Landel so far during the Halloween Scream Tour. And Buddy, I'm told that this is a present from the fans of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to you.
Man, you know, this is what I've been missing out. Jimmy Cornette said, don't be going out there talking to them people. They ain't nothing but rednecks. But you know something? I have been missing all of this. This is what I've missed out at because I've listened to Jim Cornette. Well, not no more. And I want to thank every person that bought me this present right here. Now, I guess I better get into it.
Early Christmas present and,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
some unwelcome visitors are heading over here, Nature Boy.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
The Militia, Jim Cornette, Tommy Wildfire Rich, the Punisher, and what's going on here?
This has got to be the most disgusting, putrid, stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. First of all, Buddy Landel, you blew $1 million career with me and the Militia for this. So these grubby, worm-infested, tobacco-spitting wrestling fans could give you some kind of refrigerator box, probably with some kid's little red wagon he stole from somebody else's neighborhood, slovenly wrapped in a sloppy box. Well, I got news for you, buddy. If this thing right here wouldn't look good in my house, which it probably won't if it came from these fans, then it's going to be in 20 million pieces, but it ain't going to be yours because I'm taking everything away from you, including your career.
Well, Cornette, now this is... Whoa! Hey! Wait a minute here! What is this? Whoa! What is this? We have an unwelcome present here for General Jim Cornette. A token of the fans' appreciation, and General Jim Cornette has found out what the fans of Smoky Mountain Wrestling think of him. The Militia ain't going to be able to do nothing about that.
Hell, what's that?
A present for General Jim Cornette. Fans, we'll be back right after this.
Doc, your thoughts?
Well, first, did y'all catch Corny using the term sloppy box?
No,
Yeah.
that's
I'm just
nice.
trying to find something positive before we start in on this. If something comes out of a box, it's over.
Let me ask you a question before we react to this. Do we want to catch this next part with Buddy and the midget, the Butch Cassidy?
No, we need to stay here for a second. He did
Okay.
call the fans grubby and worm infested. If there's any place in the country where that might be true, this is it. Did you notice that the little fella did a Shockmaster coming out of the box?
Let's watch it again. I didn't catch it, but it happened so quick.
And down.
Oh, no, he didn't. It just looked like it. He landed on his feet because that thing's sitting on a pallet. So
Yeah. I think it
It
rolled on him is the problem.
yeah, it did because it's got wheels.
He lunged and it rolled and his little legs couldn't stay underneath him. Hey, hold the microphone high, little fella. Kessler's just screaming in the background made this worse.
He was going nuts.
My note here was, this is awful. It's terrible.
I wonder what Les was thinking.
Jimmy, if we keep this up, I'm going to have to leave.
No, it's not.
I love you. I love you like a nephew, but I can't keep doing this.
And here's the thing. I won't talk about where Cornette got this idea from. I advise you to go to his YouTube channel and just search Butch Cassidy, and he'll tell you where he got this angle from. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into a long discussion about it. He explains though in one of his shows many years ago, or even recently, I think he may have done it. He talks about where he got this from, and I'll leave it at that. So you can go to his YouTube channel and find it. Now, Harper, your thoughts?
At first, I thought, well, maybe this is little Guido.
No.
And then I was like, no, wait, this guy's like too small. This guy's like a midget. Once I saw him running around, I was like, wait, no, he's like a real fucking midget.
No, okay,
Right.
So I had a question. Is he full on or is he 3/4?
I think he's about 3/4.
What the hell does
I think
that
he's
mean?
full on. like
Harper knew
not
what I
like-
meant.
Yeah, like he's just a small person. Literally, he's not like fucking Willow.
Is
Are
he?
you
is he
kidding me?
what?
He's just. I don't get it, but okay.
Is he tiny? Like you're short and Harper and I are tall, or is he a little regular person or a tall midget?
Bro, you act like I'm fucking 4'11" or something.
Well, compared to me and Harper, who are full-size grown men.
Yeah.
Harper's 6 feet and you're 6'2". I'm sorry, I didn't realize it made
I'm
y'all
6'1".
giants. Oh, excuse me. My apologies.
What are you,
Mr.
5'6"?
5'9", you dunce.
That must have been when you had hair.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a complex. I don't care one way or another, but this guy is a midget. He's a full-fledged midget.
You think he's a midget, or he's just like a really short?
No.
Man.
And so here's the thing.
No.
Let's be clear to all our little fans out there. We're using the M word because that was acceptable in the time frame we're talking about. In 2020, you can't say that, and we know that. It's
I don't
little
even.
person.
I don't even know what I got to be fair. I don't know what the term is now. I don't
Little
know.
person.
Is it little person?
Which seems far more derogatory than the term midget, but whatever.
Yeah, no.
Hey, little
man.
person.
And
Yeah.
Doc, you can't use the excuse of a term was acceptable 20 years ago because somebody. I mean.
Well, I don't want to
You
get
just
canceled.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
And here's the thing. I truly believe this. This is Doc's way to live. I want to call people what they want to be called. So I just don't know what that term is because I just don't know. But
Well, you're not going to get every little person to agree to a
Look at
term.
him.
okay, but here's the thing. I don't care what you call this guy. His facial expressions make me want to jump through the screen and stretch him.
You might have a chance with this one because he's tinier than the normal human being.
Okay. When am I on the card, boss?
Look at this.
Look at him.
All right, we got to play it. So anyway, any other thoughts on the little person coming out the box before we go to the
First,
next
I'm
part of the
thinking,
program?
is this as bad as Wolfman? And it's not.
It is.
Okay.
You think it's worse than Wolfman?
Yeah, we reached for the parachute, and there's nothing in the bag.
And like an anvil came out like in a Bugs
Yes.
Bunny cartoon.
Yes. And then, wah, wah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, let's
At
see what
least he
happens.
shows facial expressions.
Speaking of, why don't we do this? Let's go to the promo with Buddy Landel and his little friend now. This is after they jumped out of the box and Corny got whooped by the little guy. Here it is.
Joining me, Nature Boy Buddy Landel, and his gift from the wrestling fans at Smoky Mountain.
Hey, this is my new buddy, Butch Cassidy. I love it. Jimmy Cornette, I've just started screwing with your head. Now listen, I said last week on TV that I needed a partner, and the one guy that I needed turned me down. Well, I've talked to him again, and he didn't say no this time. He said maybe. Maybe. So Jimmy Cornette, I'm going to tell you something. You need to go fire that wildfire, Tommy Rich, up, because tonight in Johnson City, Tommy Rich, for the last couple of weeks, I've had surprises for you. Like my friend Butch and Flash Flanagan beating you twice tonight in Johnson City. 4-prong barbed wire. Nobody's in the ring and nobody's out but you and me. Tommy, I know that I'm going to get the hell beat out of me. I know that I'm going to bleed from my toes to my nose. But I want you to know, Tommy Rich, honest to God, as sure as God made little green apples, I'm going to tear you a new hide in, and then I'm going to walk it dry. And if you think that the last 3 weeks has been hell on your mind,
mind the games that I've been playing with you, I got a surprise for you tonight, Tommy Rich, in Johnson City, Tennessee, because let me explain something to you. I'm not one of these little ranked idiots. I'm a main eventer, baby. I'm a pitcher, not a catcher, and I'm going to be throwing all night tonight in Johnson City, Tennessee. 4-prong barbed wire. I'm coming after you.
There you heard it from the Nature Boy, and now let's take a look at that card tonight in Johnson.
And then the little person hits a whoo at the look
so
at it.
It's not a capital W, it's a lowercase W.
Nice. Look at them two right there.
That's it, Smoky Mountain right there. Huh?
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just saying.
Man, Butch Cassidy was a criminal.
So?
Like the outlaw?
Yes.
So what?
Why is this a kid, whatever he is?
Kid,
That's
Jesus.
nice.
Come on. Come on, Doc. What the hell is wrong with you? Grow up.
Now, Buddy had a couple of good lines. You know, he said, as sure as God makes little green apples, and apparently is not against homosexuality as long as he's on the giving end of it.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I'm thinking about The Sopranos where Tony was in Melfi's office and she was confused because it's not gay if it happens in prison.
Oh, terrible. Oh, God. All right. Oh. All right. Any other thoughts on this as we go keep proceeding? Buddy claims he may have another surprise for Cornette tonight at Johnson City was my main takeaway. Stay tuned. Doc?
This is just awful. This is worse than the Wolfman. This is a new low. I don't like it. See? We've all made the same scream. Yeah.
Yeah. We then go from Buddy and Butch Cassidy to the Johnson City Scream Tour plug that is happening tonight as this evidently aired, October 28th, 1995. I don't have anything from that Halloween Scream Tour plug. We do hear that we're going to get one of the Four Faces of Fear challenge, the barbed wire match between Buddy and Tommy Rich. Street fight between the Thugs and the Heavenly Bodies, so stay tuned to see if and what they show from that. No promises, but we will see. Okay, so then we go to Gibson and the Thugs, and let me get to it. Did you have anything from it, Doc, because I'm trying to get to the timestamp?
No.
You didn't? I didn't either. Here's what I had. And now one Harper starts. Tracy yells something about Cornette getting his butt whipped by the little person. And then the promo is interrupted by the Heavenly Bodies and Cornette, who say, hey, let's do it right now. Let's brawl right now. We don't have to wait till tonight. And then it ends up being just Dirty White Boy versus Dr. Tom with Gibson, Smothers, Del Rey, and Cornette on the outside. So you got a singles match with all these guys on the outside. I will say this. This crowd was hot when they go to this match because, you know, they've been waiting to see something and waiting to explode. There is way too many shenanigans as usual near the end, which I get. This is a TV tape, and so I don't really mind the shenanigans here. Pritchard loads the boot, but Dirty White Boy caught it. Dirty White Boy then hits Pritchard with a simple belly to back, and Gibson comes in to make the count. So Robert Gibson counts the pin. Dirty White Boy pins Tom Pritchard for the win. The crowd was hot. They liked it, but that's all I got. Doc, anything from you?
The crowd is loud, but there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, they're probably at 150 at about this point. That's in the building.
And I will say this: they get after it from the get go.
Pritchard and Dirty White Boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're broad.
They started
they're
hot, man. And two pros. Let's give them. You know, we've been shitting on stuff, but these guys are not the problem.
Look at Dr. Tom throw them punches, man, and kicks, dude. I'm not saying he's being stiff, but boy, they're in there going at it, man. This ain't child's play. Big elbow. I mean, everything looked good.
Yeah.
But you got 2 pros, so I mean, it is what it is. Harper,
Gibson's got the crowd fired up. I mean, this is as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, that's what this has to be the last bullet being fired.
I think I said this couple shows ago. Honestly, the best part of the end of Smoky Mountain is the Heavenly Bodies.
Yeah, and there's poor old Tracy outside just trying his best to get the crowd to trying to get as fucking much as he can out of them.
He's milking.
Yeah.
He's trying to get every drop of milk from that.
What?
From that. He's trying.
Every drop of milk. You dirty bastard.
He's trying, man. I agree with Hopper. He is trying. He's working double time out there. Anything else, Hopper?
No. Just this has to be the fucking best of this time. It's this right here.
Well, I mean, right at this point, we're literally just about a month from it shutting down. So,
yeah,
there's only, after this one, there's 4 more episodes, and that's it. 197, 98, 99, and 200. So, we're when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Yeah, that. All right. I'll keep moving then, since we don't have anything else from it. Like I said, Dirty White Boy wins. The crowd was hot. They did love it. It was what it was. I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
What do you think the discussion was in Harlan, Kentucky, when that little fella came out of the box?
Well, I know him. I went to high school with him.
How many people in that there had never laid eyes on a little person before?
I mean, that's like asking how many people laid eyes on a attractive woman.
Come on,
dude.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Is that what you said? Is that what you said last week with the woman with the white face paint? He's thinking of something witty over there.
Why you got to bring up old shit?
Yeah. I'm gonna pay my face up, go to a wrestling show. Trace Smothers gonna be there.
Maybe I remember him. Maybe I can get him to bust my guts out.
Oh, you just told me to grow up. What's wrong with y'all?
What?
Grow up. I mean, what are you, 7? Okay. All right. Anything else?
It says here on Online World of Wrestling, somebody wrote that the Butch Cassidy now is in Knoxville, Tennessee, and is a professional carpenter.
That sounds about right.
Good for him.
He did work in the WWF and had a run wrestling the Haiti Kid in the 80s.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
So, I mean, good for him. We used to get the Mongolian Stomper or
Kevin Sullivan. Arn Anderson was a surprise.
And now we're down to Sergeant Rock, the Wolfman, and the little fella. And it's just disappointing. It's nothing against the little fella. It's just, I'm used to more.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than them bringing in the Menace, right?
I don't know. I mean, were you out of wrestling school by this point?
No.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Were you in high school still?
No, I was out of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were having college algebra kicking your ass about this point?
Nice, Doc. Actually, that would have been fall of 94, if my calculation's right. Yeah, so, no, I was about a year removed from that. You can kiss my ass. You know that?
I was just going to say that college algebra sort of kicked my ass back then, too.
Hopper, did college algebra kick your ass? I'm sorry.
Yes,
did you even?
It did. Yeah, it fucking killed me.
Did you take it at Delgado?
I took it at fucking UNO and it fucking killed me. I'm like, oh, God. This shit might as well be in Chinese.
I believe the correct term is Mandarin. It is, am I right, Doc? Chinese isn't a language. It's Mandarin. Is that right?
I don't know.
We don't. Come on.
I don't have time time to know everything.
We're going to send you to BTT sensitivity training before we're done with this, okay?
You gotta speak Mandarin. Like fucking Mandarin chicken from the Chinese place.
I can't. Let's go to Jim Cornette, who promises a big surprise. Yeah, let's just go to Corny. This is how the episode wraps up.
With me, General Jim Cornette. It just really hadn't been your day. You were attacked by a gift box, and Doc Pritchard just got pissed.
It has not been my day when I've been called rude names. I have been snookered out of wrestling matches. I have been punched out by a midget or a Tasmanian devil or whatever it was. And I've been disrespected by everybody concerned. This will not happen in a couple of weeks when Sergeant Rock gets here. But I'm going to say one thing to the thugs. You think that was a cute little trick? You think you got everything in hand? You got Gibson warming up that count already. Fast count. But I got news for you, like I said before. I've had enough time to think about something to do. Because I've known Gibson was going to be the referee. I've known things were going to be stacked against us tonight in Johnson City. All you people out there watching WCYB, you go on down and get you a spot. Because you're going to see history made tonight when the heavenly bodies defeat not 2, but 3 opponents. The Thugs and Robert Gibson in a double chain match. Because I have a plan tonight, and by God, I'm going to prove it. And I'm going to tell you something about the... Jesus H. Christ!
Wait a minute. Butch Cassidy is out into the auditorium. He's chasing Jim Cornette into the ring. I'm going to throw it back to Chip Kessler. Chip, pick it up.
All right, lads. Butch Cassidy, as Cornette calls him, maybe the Tasmanian devil, and Cassidy with a right into the pit of that large belly of Jim Cornette. Wait a minute. Here's the Punisher picking him up. Oh, my! He's got him by the neck.
He's not going to... Is he going to choke slam him?
Well, the Nature Boy is able to make the save, and now we got Buddy Landel and the Punisher squaring off.
You know, Chip, nobody asked me, but I'd have bought a ticket to see Butch Cassidy pound on Jim Cornette.
Indeed.
Jesus H. Christ. Doc, your thoughts?
That was probably pretty scandalous to say that on the air back then. I mean...
Yeah.
I also like the touch he had. They renamed the TV station and said, if you're watching on this station, get down to the arena because it's popping off. That's about as desperate as we can get there, huh?
Yes, I agree. Look at Corny bumping for this dude. I agree. What else you got, Doc?
Corny was bumping his ass off, wasn't he?
Yeah. Harbor, your thoughts?
I mean, what do you want me to say? Look at this. I guess he is a midget. Like, he's not just a smaller.
So he's a big little person instead of a little big person.
Right.
That'll end up in a haiku from Johnny Cornette soon. I'm gonna miss those haikus when we're done.
I wish he would do them for the NWA shows too.
I do too, because I really get a kick out of them every week. I enjoy it. It's like one of the high points of my week.
Maybe he'll go back to like our 1985 NWA shows and do the haikus for that. That would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, because, I could see him like...
You see Buddy's holding by the hand like he's a fucking child? Watch, go back.
Come on.
Watch.
Hold on.
So a car don't hit him.
I just noticed it.
It's like it's like he's like a mom that's got the kid and the car's coming. So she holds his hand. They're in the parking lot and the car's coming.
Here it comes. Watch. It's after Buddy bumps Punisher. Buddy does a good job of getting the crowd going right here. Watch. Yeah. And then watch. Here it comes. Here comes Hopper. Explain it.
Yeah. It's like, got him, then he's just, come on.
Come on.
He was holding his hand, walking across the ring.
Like he's Webster or some shit.
Doc, he called him Webster.
That's wrong.
Look at it right there.
Look at him. Look at that.
Oh.
How old is Webster these days? He's got to be like, what, 60?
Isn't Webster deceased?
Did he?
No, I think Gary Coleman died. That's who you probably think of.
Oh.
If that's what I think, this guy's like Gary Coleman. He's just, I don't know what the, he's small, but he's not.
Okay, so Emmanuel Lewis is 49, and he's 4'3".
That guy's about 4'3", huh?
And then Gary Coleman was 4'8".
Oh,
I think
he was,
and he lived to be 42.
I think this guy's about 4'8" or so. He's not like just 4 feet.
And Vern Troyer was 2'8".
Damn.
And lived to be 49.
He was a little dude.
And he liked to get fucked up too. He liked to drink.
More power to him.
What was the other guy, Little Joe?
I don't know.
Kid Rock's sidekick?
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
Riveting. All right. So we got to give out some disability checks for this thing. And Buddy and his little friend, as he walks him across the ring by his hand to make sure he doesn't trip and fall. So before we do that, I want to remind you all, if you are stuck at home with this pandemic still and doing a lot of shopping online and you're using Amazon, please use our Amazon referral link at tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. It's a great way to support this show without spending anything extra. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. All right, Doc, how many disability checks you giving this thing?
Oh, man, I got to tell you, it is always more fun to watch these shows with the two of you than it was to fucking fist fuck myself through this thing by myself. 6.5. And I'm being extremely generous.
I think the 6.5 rating is a combination of you watching the show and then reviewing and laughing at stuff with us.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Harper, what are you giving it?
A 5.5.
All right.
So here's the question. Is this worse than the first 5 or 6 episodes?
Fuck
yes.
no.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes. This is definitely worse. They had Ivan Koloff, didn't they?
I mean,
It run right.
they had run right. It's a different perspective. We were just jumping into it. We were enthusiastic beginners, and we were like, Ivan's there, and Vladimir Koloff was a shit show, but Ivan was there, and Ron Wright was there. Jimmy Golden. So, like, there was stuff to Bobby Fulton cutting a promo saying, I'm going to get that Ron Wright and pull him out of his wheelchair and kick him right in the booty. He said that, literally. That was the promo. So, like, there was other stuff to pop on. I mean, I know this wasn't in the first 5 episodes, but Jimmy Golden, when both Ivan and Vladimir's wives were giving birth on the same day, like, there's... Yeah. So much stuff that was good in the
All right, we'll recap all that later in a wrap-up episode. So,
all right.
Shar Johnson, longtime listener, government cheese.
Are you going to the government cheese now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
pivoting.
who are you giving yours to?
I wanted to give it to myself for watching this.
We should give it to the show for recapping.
But there's 4 more episodes left, so I'm going to keep that bullet in my gun. I'm going to say corny for the Jesus H. Christ and bumping at the end. But there are no winners here. Shame on everybody.
Harper, who are you going to give yours to?
I don't know.
This is sad.
I don't know. Fucking Jim Cornette gets it. I mean, who else is? It's just
You know who I'm giving it to?
the midget.
No, the very short match we saw with White Boy and Pritchard, because like they were getting after it.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
Other
I'm
than
so
that,
focused on
the
Butch
negatives.
Cassidy. Yeah, Butch Cassidy.
Yeah, so that's just about going to wrap it up. Doc gave his to Corny. Harper gave his to Corny. I'm giving mine to the Dirty White Boy and Pritchard for their very quick and short match that was on fire. So that's going to put a wrap on, what was this, episode 196 from October 28th, 1995. We've only got 4 more to go at this point, and so enjoy the next 4 weeks while you can. One more thing before we get out of here. Shout out to Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT, slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. They support us, please support them. And check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They do our ECW show on our Patreon feed at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Check them out as well. Also, become a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It's a great way to get tons of other content that's up, whether it be non-wrestling, whether it be wrestling related, WCCW shows, ECW shows, Tiger King episodes that we did, and whatnot. Plus, a lot of non-wrestling stuff is on there too. Hopper, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, let's go.
All right, Hopper, Doc, you got anything before I have Hopper hit the tagline?
No.
Hopper, hit the tagline. Get us out of here.
Book it, bitch.